let's talk about this really quickly because we could be all day. F-35s, right, is missing. We showed the Zelensky one with the F-35. What do we have next? Do we have any more memes? I know Cheese Slice is on the ones and twos, ladies and gentlemen. He loves memes, this guy. I'm going to call him Jamie Memes. There. Look at the garbage pail. It's yellow and blue.
Apropos, huh?
That is great. What else? What else we got?
Oh, man.
I think we saw one that there's that one, right?
I like that one too. That's cool. Awesome. You know, that's 100. So 100 million. Pilot takes $100 million plane out for a Sunday drive. I think it was Sunday, and it disappears. And then a day later, we find out. Well, he had to jettison it. He wasn't sure where it came down, and then as they poke around, this was South Carolina, I think it was, right? It's near Charleston, I think it was, and they find debris, some of it. So some of this $100 million plane is over there. We don't know where the rest of it is. What happened exactly? Well, I'm not sure. That's the official story as of 6:10 this evening Eastern time.
Yeah.
What the hell? What do you? They have they spent $1.5 trillion on that fleet of planes. $1.5 trillion.
Yes. Haven't they been having problems with this planes for quite some time? I believe I have a Ben Rubenstein clip in there, Jamie Cheese Slice. He's got it ready. Let's check this out. This is my boy Ben Rubenstein, brother of Alex Rubenstein. My dog, he made a little video. Check it out. Let's play this video.
The United States military has lost an $80 million airplane, the F-35. They asked the public for help finding it, as if they didn't reek of incompetence already. The history of the F-35 is really the cherry on top. So let's take a look. In 2021, it was reported that the plane had 857 deficiencies. It's been said that the plane itself poses a threat to the life of the pilots. The Pentagon, fearing embarrassment, keeps these problems under wraps. Yet they've spent more than $1.7 trillion on this program. So I thought I would do a little math and try to find out what problems the United States could solve with that kind of money. The cost to feed yourself for 1 month in the United States is around $342. That means for the price of the useless F-35 program, you could feed almost 5 billion people for a month. In other words, cure world hunger. What else could have been done with this money? Solve homelessness? Fix our crumbling national infrastructure? The possibilities are actually endless. So while the US military chases its own tail, only to unearth more failures, let's remember that this machine of death has nothing to do with helping Americans or protecting them, and serves only to line the pockets of rich men north of Richmond.
Whoa, he threw a little rich man north of Richmond in there. Yeah.
You know how much $1.7 trillion is? With 330 million Americans, that is $100 per week for every man, woman, and child in the country.
Yeah.
Per person. $100 per week, or $5,200 a year.
Well, this occurred. Yeah.
Look at this comment
by Kurt. Yeah.
You, me, and Jamie spent $15,000 on F-35s.
Yeah. That's crazy. The MIC make sure the weapons that don't work so they can make even more money, or they find another place like they can get rid of them in a war, like the Ukraine, where they have to make more money. It is a scam. It's one of the biggest scandals out there right now. It's a money laundering scheme. Every single time they have to, and this is something that Russell Brand said, when he was on Bill Maher, is when you have an industry that's controlled by Big Pharma, the military industrial complex, and big oil, you're going to have all these other kind of incidents that just arise all the time, so that those industries can, take, the money. If it's a military industrial complex, we got to find an enemy. So there's going to be a war. You know what I'm saying? If it's Big Pharma, we're going to have to find a disease. So there'll be a vaccine. There's all these things going on. So that's the way it works. And it is kind of crazy. Do we have anything else on the F-35, or can we go on to the next section, Cheese Slice? Oh, here we are. Here's another meme. Find my F-35. You got to put it on. You guys hit your on your iPhone. Put the Find my F-35. There was another one too as well that was on eBay, right? It said eBay selling an F-35. What did you hear about it going down in Cuba? And Cuba has it. Did you hear this shit?
It's by Havana. It's on the Malecon, huh?
It's on the Malecon. It went down. Nuts. Man. Just nuts. And people really repeat that shit. There it is. Tupac's in it.
Yeah.
There's Tupac in it. He's got Tupac getting out of the F-35.
Good goodness.
So, guys, we just want to remind everybody, if you haven't gone to it yet, I have a new YouTube channel, Craig Pasta Jardula. We have over 600 subscribers already today. Thank you so much. That is important. I'm going to put the link in the chat one more time. The reason why it's important is I'm going to be premiering my movie, Lahaina on Fire, The Aftermath, Volume 1, September 29th, which is a week from this Friday, probably at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And I would love you guys to come over and check some of the best work I've been able to do because you guys funded me to get off of my ass on a long weekend, and I needed the rest. But I was like, I got to do this because something's going on. They're not reporting it. You know, we know very much Cynthia McKinney, her work, trying to highlight the gentrification, the orchestrated gentrification of New Orleans after the Katrina catastrophe. And the same thing that happened there is happening in Hawaii. The mainstream media packed up and went home. Nothing to see here, no story. While the venture or vulture capitalists came in, disaster capitalism, bought everything up, cleaned it up. With Hawaii, it's extremely nefarious because their governor, Josh Green, was the keynote speaker at the UN for 15 minutes, Sustainable Cities, just several months ago. And he's talked about maybe turning Maui into one of those cities. And it looks like they have their hand-picked location, Lahaina, which happens to be the old capital of Hawaii before the colonization and the empire took over. So please go on over. I just shared the link.